Hi everybody, this is Saad for the Sad Truth. Just when I think that I might be able to stay away from posting yet another clip of lunacy, at least maybe to get a respite for a day or two, I find out the following from Chelsea Clinton, the thought leader, the visionary, the brilliant thinker. She was appearing at some forum regarding global challenges facing women and girls and so on. And she said the following. I'll actually post the link to the particular clip. So let me just read to you what she said, and then we can perhaps analyze it very quickly. So quote, which is to be able to kind of carry multiple concerns in both our head and our heart. I'm just listing kind of to the concerns around education and climate change, kind of women's health, child marriage, access to technology. All of those are, of course, interconnected. We have to focus on each of them kind of in their interconnectedness and also as kind of individual outrages that do demand our attention. And not only is it brilliantly eloquent, but boy, she really zeroes in on some important interconnectedness. For example, I didn't know that child marriages are interconnected with climate change. I mean, I knew from Bill Nye that terror was linked to climate change because he explained very vividly and persuasively immediately after the Bataclan attack in Paris how it was perfectly plausible that climate change caused the guys in Paris to go on a killing spree, because of solar panels and so on. But now we find out that a practice that's been found, that's been documented in many cultures for thousands of years, such as child marriages, turns out to be very interconnected with climate change. So I wonder, for example, if when Muhammad married Aisha when she was 6, and then consummated the marriage when she was 9, whether that was linked to climate change. So perhaps back then, close to 1400 years ago, they also had a manifestation of climate change. And there are, of course, many other instances, many documented instances of child marriage in many cultures that vary in every conceivable way, and that span a time period that falls well before climate change. But apparently, there's something unique about climate change that causes this practice that has existed for thousands of years. The reason why I take the time to, again, critique this kind of buffoonery is because, regrettably, Chelsea Clinton, who is naturally lobotomized, has a platform. Some say that she's being groomed to be Hillary Clinton 2.0. So when you get up and espouse a link between child marriages, which is a reprehensible practice, right? A child does not have the mental, emotional, physical ability to get married. I mean, you can't vote till a certain age, but you could get married to a guy who's 20, 30, 40 years older than you. When she's able to place the connectedness of that cultural / religious practice at the broad shoulders of climate change, then she should be held accountable for that kind of stupidity, because thousands, if not millions, of little girls have had their life trajectories decided for them. And frankly, it has nothing to do with the carbon emission levels and solar panels and the warming of the uh, earth and the rise of sea levels. If you're going to posit how, of course, all these things are interconnected, then perhaps you could explain to us how they are so. And my making these types of criticisms of Bill Nye and Chelsea Clinton does not imply that I am a climate change denier. Again, only a profound idiot could come to that conclusion. So the question is not whether climate change is happening or not, or whether climate change could have negative consequences on life on Earth. That's not the point. The point is, when you are so driven ideologically to, because you are, quote, a enraged environmental activist, you see every single ill as being linked to climate change, then you are no different than the religious zealot, right? The religious zealot gives up his or her reason and jumps into the pool of faith, right? He suspends reason and rationality and logic and science. That's the definition of faith. Well, what Chelsea Clinton and Bill Nye and the rest of the climate change folks are doing is they are also religious zealots, but in their case, their religion is not some Abrahamic faith, it's the climate change narrative. So everything is due to climate change. I put on weight, it's due to climate change. I lose weight, it's due to climate change. My Achilles tendon pops, it's due to climate change. My wife gets a migraine, it's due to climate change. Everything, you see, everything is interconnected. It's all a butterfly effect. And somewhere in there lies climate change. It is grotesque, it is an affront to the truth, and we need to call out people when they espouse such buffoonery. I'm about to head off to do a show on the Rebel TV, and then later I'll be chatting with Paul Joseph Watson. So I hope you'll watch those chats. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.